Good evening and welcome to the Belmont Complex in West Kittanning, Pennsylvania for tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey. The Armstrong Riverhawks hosting the Bishop. One second. All right, let's try that again. There we go. No echo. It's much better. But again, welcome into High Top Sports Network for tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey as the Bishop McCort Crushers visit the Armstrong Riverhawks here in a big game between two teams that sit high atop the 2A standings in Class 2A. Armstrong tied right now for third place in 2A. Right ahead of them, the Crushers. The Crushers do have a game in hand, mind you. So Armstrong, obviously, though they're behind, obviously played one less game. I'm going to kind of go through some numbers here briefly before we get going. Alrighty, just making sure everything is good on our end. I'm riding solo again tonight, so unfortunately last game in the third period I didn't turn my sound on, and that was me just being dumb. But it did spare you some just ridiculous conversations I was having. I thought I was having with you guys, but I was actually having with myself, and covered all kinds of fun topics. And maybe if you're so lucky, you'll get an opportunity to enjoy some more Joe unedited here on High Top Sports Network. But as I mentioned, big game here tonight at the Belmont. We're actually, believe it or not, already almost halfway through the season. I believe Armstrong, including tonight, has 12 more games. Or maybe 13. I think maybe Bishop McCort has 12. But just going over the standings again, Armstrong coming in with a record of 5 wins, 2 losses, 1 overtime win, no overtime losses for 17 points, tied with Hempfield, who also has played 8 games and has an identical record, except for that overtime win. They had a shootout. They won in a shootout, looks like. And as for these Bishop McCort Crushers who have taken the ice, here now, getting some boos from the local fans who are dressed in America garb tonight. Very nice. The Crushers come in with a record of 5-2-1-0-1. They again have 19 points, 2 ahead of the Riverhawks. So they sit 2 points behind the section leader, the Class 2A leader. That is Penn Trafford, who has 21 points. A great start to the season for the Warriors of Penn Trafford. They are 7-1 and have not had any overtime happenings yet. I'm looking for the right word there. But again, this one is going to go a long way for the big picture here and seeding. And really, if you look at Armstrong, you're only sitting 4 points back in first place, and you still have quite a few games left. So, you know, like I said, we're just hitting the midpoint now, and certainly plenty of hockey left to play. And but I think this could be a big boost for either team, whoever comes out on top here tonight, just because, you know, it could really set the tempo. Both these teams have had some kind of, I don't want to call them easy games, because I feel like in the PIHL there really is no such thing as an easy game. But ultimately, when you're playing somebody who's right there sitting next to you in the standings, at this point, you got all the rust kicked off. You can't use early time, the early part of the season as any kind of excuse at this point as to why maybe you're not clicking on all cylinders. These guys are warmed up, ready to go. And I think, again, victory could go a long way here tonight, just building some confidence and building some momentum as these teams head down the home stretch here. Want to take a quick opportunity and thank tonight's main sponsor, and we're going to have two sponsors tonight because, again, I didn't have any audio for the third period. I'm making an executive decision here. So our main headline and broadcast sponsor tonight, the wonderful folks over at Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Sean, certainly supportive of the Riverhawks athletics. We appreciate Sean's contributions here and the rest of the folks at Schaefer's HVAC, allowing us to do what we do and bring you the action wherever you may be. Certainly a privilege to do so, and it's all because of people like Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. And with that said, we're going to take a quick break and get back here for the start of this one here from the Belmont Complex in PIHL 2A action. Armstrong hosting Bishop McCort.
Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Again, thank you to Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, tonight's sponsor. Also, too, the other sponsor we have tonight is the John F. Graff Insurance Agency. Again, John and the folks at the Graff Insurance Agency right there on the main drag in downtown Katanning, the lovely downtown Katanning, Pennsylvania, were our sponsors for last game, but I think it's only right to give them our intermission report sponsorship here tonight. You know, John and the folks there are just awesome to us here at High Top. Very much like Sean Schaefer and the folks at Schaefer's, supporting us not just here in the hockey season, but also, you know, we just got done with football. They were two very prime sponsors for us there. And again, I can't emphasize it enough, folks. I'm not just saying this. I'm not paying lip service. We are able to do what we do because of our sponsors. So when you're in the need of any of their goods and services, whether it be the heating and air conditioning industry with Schaefer's HVAC or insurance, I promise you both those individuals, not only are they supportive of their community, they're great at what they do. So make sure you check them out today. About to get underway. We got 23 seconds left here. I did want to go over some numbers here. I was looking at some stats here, and you're going to see some prolific scorers here tonight. So the top 2 point getters in the PIHL 2A ranks are from Bishop McCort. And right there, sitting at 14 points, tied for third, is number 59 for the Armstrong Riverhawks, wearing the C, as always, Jake Graff. So you just look, just looking at the top 6 point getters in 2A right now, you got 3 of them coming from this team that'll be on your left, wearing the crimson and gold. I wonder if that's really what they're, I'm not sure what the colors are. See, I went to a school where our colors were green and yellow. I'm just going to be real, it was yellow. But in our alma mater, it called it gold. See, when I think of gold, I think of that color. Or like when the Penguins had Vegas gold uniforms. But I digress. Again, I'm excited for this one. And, you know, kind of just picking up where I left off there a moment ago. This Bishop McCort squad knows how to score, and they've done it in bunches. And I apologize if I'm butchering this name, but Sakar Brendan, the leading scorer in all of 2A with 25 points, 17 goals. Unbelievable. The only person with double-digit goals in all of 2A. Oh, I don't know why that's pointing up there, but we'll get that fixed. And the only person with double-digit goals, he has 17. The next closest, let's see if there's anybody with 9. Yep, we got somebody with 9. Luke Simonetti from Willing Park. Jake Graff has 8, so that puts him right there among the league leaders. But man, oh man, Zakar Brendan, just an impressive showing here so far. 8 assists to go with those 17 goals. 5 power play goals to go along with that too. That's a tops in all of 2A. No one more than 2 besides him. So should be a good one here tonight. Excited to be here, and want to take a quick moment though too before we get going. Happy birthday, Dave Hartman. If you guys tune into the network often, Dave, an essential part of what we do, does broadcast quite often, regardless of what season is. Dave, hope you're having a great day, man. Happy birthday again. And we're underway here. Riverhawks with the puck. Here's Kutch. He's going to put it towards the net. And Armstrong did a great job of that last game. Just kind of playing old school hockey, putting the puck on the net, being in good positions for the rebound. Being a little physical, as you saw right there. As Graff comes away with it. He's pushed from behind. And see if that's going to draw a penalty. It does not. Much to the dismay of the folks here. Kind of a cross check to the back, it looked like, but nothing doing. But, Armstrong just playing smart hockey. I kind of said that last broadcast, and I might have said it in nauseum, but really just, when you put the puck on net, good things will happen. And I think that's been sort of the calling card for Armstrong here so far. Good passing as well. I thought the passing was so crisp in the last game as well. And I feel like Armstrong's in a good place coming into a matchup like this with certainly playoff implications in mind. Shout out to the McCort fans, though, too, really quickly. Coming the whole way from Johnstown tonight. I'm just glad this wasn't one of those 9 o'clock start times. Those are a little ridiculous as it is, but my heart really goes out to those folks whenever they are having to drive to Willing Park, and the Willing Park folks have to drive the whole way to Johnstown. Wouldn't call that great. Armstrong keeping it in their zone. There's another shot towards the young man in net for the Crushers. It's number 32. Trying to skate in. No names on the back of the uniforms here tonight for the Crushers, so that's going to make things a little more fun. Maybe an opportunity here. That one deflected. Good defensive job there by Rory Fasheer, I think it was, who got his stick on it and sent it up into the netting behind the netminder. Armstrong, last game, kind of got out of hand. The Riverhawks putting on a clinic offensively. Jake Graff among those helping contribute to that. He had a hat trick in the first period. But Armstrong getting 2 guys in net that game. Here's a pass trying to get it across was number 36, Duncan. Unable to do so. He had a 3-on-1 there for the Riverhawks, and man, oh man, that was a good opportunity, but good defense there by the Crusher, who was skating with those 3 Riverhawks. Didn't get a number there. Little chatter from the Armstrong guys after the Crushers player just kind of fell on his own, was tripping over his own feet. This one dumped in. So in net tonight, and I maybe have to talk to Coach Eddie Jeremy. Hopefully there's no injuries here, but getting the start for the Hawks is Colt Eschbaugh. We saw him start the last game. Games prior to that, we were seeing someone sent down towards the other end. Will be an icing call, give us a break, but Cole Ruffner, sophomore for the Riverhawks, of starting those earlier games. We saw him against Shaler, for instance, here at the Belmont, and last 2 games now, getting to see a little bit of number 1, Colton Eschbaugh. So 13:40 left here, first period to play. shots are 1-0, so just one shot according to the scorekeepers. That shot coming off the stick of Armstrong. This Graf skates backwards. Come through. That stick work's just been pretty all season long, but good defense there. Little captain on captain robbery there. Number 27 for the Crushers. That's Marcus Anderson, senior. Rollo with it there momentarily, but coming away with it. The Crushers, nice little move there, sending it in. There's a rebound, stopped by Eschball. What a play. Getting that right pad down and denying the goal. It's a prime opportunity there for the Crushers. Here's a long pass. Rollo's going to have a shot. That one off the pad of the goalie, off his glove side. There's a shot there, knocked down. Good defense by the Crushers. Armstrong laying the wood there. Two Riverhawks converging for the check, and Rollo able to bounce off that one. Another nice defensive play by the Crushers. They're going to try to get out and go here. Had to be careful there for the offside, so you saw a couple players kind of holding up. Physical so far. See if that is sustainable. I don't know enough about the Crushers to say whether or not that's a part of their identity, but Armstrong, really a skill-based team. They're not going to try to get into, boxing matches with you per se, but last few games they've kind of really brought the physicality to the game instead of, responding to it. That's an icing call. We'll stop play here with 11:23 left in the first period here from the Belmont Complex. This broadcast brought to you by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Check them out today. Give them a call. Right up the top of the screen there, there's the Katanning office along with the Butler office. Phone numbers there for you. Make sure, even if you don't got to call them right now, you jot those down. Have them handy, even though the internet's a thing and you can always look it up. But it's good to have things written down, hope there's somebody out there that still has a Rolodex and have those numbers handy in the event that you need them, because we're getting into those cold months of the year, and the last thing you want to have happen is be without heat here in lovely Pennsylvania, where it feels like winter is 8 months a year. Stopping on a dime there and avoiding the check. I believe that was Bauer. That one set on net. Eschball down on it. Backhand. That one is in the goal. The first one to get past the goalie here. The point goes to Bishop McCort. And they will take a 1-0 lead. Good little backhand there. Didn't get to see what the number was. As Weezer's say it ain't so plays. Very well done. So a 1-0 Crushers lead. I wish I got the name there, the number. Had the jersey kind of back to me, and then his teammates came up and started congratulating him, and I didn't get really an opportunity to see exactly who he was, but we'll get that. They're going to announce it there. They're going to face off again. So the Crushers out in front, 1-0. First time that I've been here in seen the Riverhawks fall behind first. It's kind of a rarity, at least here at the Belmont. .10:30 mark here in period number one. There's maybe an opportunity there, a little wrister. I think his stick was put on by the Crushers. Deflected it, and the goalie really didn't even have to do much. Yeah, I'm noticing that here early, the defense, not just that, the play in net, but the Crushers defense doing a really good job of stopping what appear to be a couple really good opportunities for the Hawks. That one, though, nice little deke there, and that one glancing off the goalie. Shot by Rulo. More specifically, the 3 variety, which is Josh, brother Jason, to make my life harder. They wear back-to-back numbers and look very similar on the ice, so that was Josh. The face-off will be at the glove side circle of the goalie. And the Crushers able to come away with the puck there. Rommel tries to send it in, but no one home. Kind of unfortunate as Maxime didn't have his stick. It was ripped out, and they tried to make that check. Good defense there by the Hawks. It was, once again, making another good play, Rory Fisher. And now an opportunity here, maybe but again, good defense there by the Crushers. They come out of the scrum with it. They momentarily had a 2-on-2, now 3-on-3. Now everybody back for the Hawks. No stick kind of high there, and saw it hit the mask of Luffy, but again, no calls. We're going to let them kind of play and let the game be a little physical. And that one could be wide, but a stop nonetheless there by Eschbaugh. I was filling myself, as they say, and decided not to wear a sweatshirt into the Belmont. And I've been in this building probably a couple hundred times, maybe 100 exactly, somewhere in there. I don't know. I tend not to keep count of such things, but point being, I know to always dress warm. It's an ice rink. That kind of goes without saying. And tonight, thinking, I'll wear long sleeves. I'll be all right. And I am already feeling it with 8:33 left in the first period, but I'll survive. I'm a golfer. You always hear that adage used, especially with hockey players who are tough. Golfers, not so much. Eschbaugh gets a stick on that one, pushes it aside. So Eschbaugh certainly being tested early. Mentioned that Armstrong jumped out in front in terms of shots, 1-0, but since then it's been all Bishop McCort. They're leading 3-1 in that category and 1-0 on the scoreboard. Under 8 minutes to play, first period here. A lot of kind of just punching the puck around in the neutral zone right now. Both teams doing a good job defensively. Maybe a little bit of a payback cross check there by Kutch, in the behind the net there a moment ago. Play continues, so certainly I think that's kind of what we're seeing. The refs are going to let this one not be slowed by penalties and be decided by penalties. They're going to let the game be physical and hold their whistle. And a whistle will sound there as the helmet goes flying off, and we'll see if that's if they're just stop and play because the helmet was displaced, or if in fact there is a penalty. I think they're going to say all good. Just a stoppage, the safety of the player. That was the captain for the Crushers, who will now skate off and get a quick breather. Number 27, Marcus Anderson, mentioned him earlier, the senior. Halleman facing off in the face-off circle for the Riverhawks here. Kutch trying to send it over, but no one home there. Losing his footing. Here's an opportunity for the Riverhawks. Rullo tried getting a stick on it, but again, good defense there that time by number 4 for the Crushers. That was Artem Blinov. I'm kind of curious how that works. I mean, I feel kind of dumb that I don't know this answer, but is McCort, I know like West Swan, I believe, is in the PIHL. Maybe not in 2A though. And the physicality ramping up here now, and a stoppage and a penalty will be called. So after kind of turning a I don't want to say a blind eye, but letting the boys play, as they say. A penalty finally called, and it's actually going to go against the Crushers. Having to take a seat there is Connor Hewitt, the junior defenseman. So the Penguins, wow. Yeah, this is not professional hockey. This is the PIHL. The Riverhawks will be on the man advantage here for the next 2 minutes. 6:19 left in the first period of play. There's Graff. Got that top line out there. That one almost coming to the outstretched hands, I believe. Yep, that was Miller. But just couldn't get there. And a great check in the corner for the Riverhawks. They just do not back down. That's Miranda with the big hit in the corner. You know, I'm going to say that I think the Crushers had the size advantage here, but Armstrong rarely. I can't think too many times that I've been here where they had a definitive size advantage. Certainly, that did not prevent them from dishing it right back out as Graff sends a quick wrister one-timer towards the goal, and it's brought in by the aforementioned number 38, not on my roster, unless that's 28. It would figure. So almost halfway through this first power play of the first period, and really of the game, being exact. That has not meant that this game is. Here's an opportunity, a breakaway, 2-on-1, but an offsides. A blown opportunity there for the Crushers. They had a clear breakaway. A 2-on. The Riverhawks skater was getting back, but still behind 2 players from McCort. So Riverhawks kind of lucking out there. Hawks in the face-off circle now. Be Isaiah Lieb for the team from Johnstown. I'm not actually sure if McCourt's. I think they're Johnstown. I think the school. We covered a basketball game there a couple years back. It was a District 6 girls basketball game between Marion Center Stingers and the Bishop McCort Crushers. It was a great game. But that's right there in town. Folks were awesome to us there, helping us get do the things we got to do to execute a broadcast. Certainly enjoyed our time up there. Though brief, it was nice. Kutch now with it. He's going to skate in. Keeps the puck, trying to send to the middle. He does. That was a great pass. Rullo was waiting for it. And if Armstrong can keep generating those kind of opportunities, good things will happen. That was probably one of their better looks off of a pass here so far. Line change for both squads. Opportunity to get some fresh legs out there. 3:48 left. There's a bad turnover for the Riverhawks. Shot up off the iron. You could hear it hit, but it sounded kind of muted. I don't know if that was just Eschbach kind of his pads doing so, and making sure he left that hole as unsealed, or as sealed as he could, rather. And that will do it for the penalty. Good job by the Crushers. Defense has been solid all night, so not surprised they were able to do a good job of killing off the 2 minutes there, and the penalty committed by Hewitt. I always admire the taller players, because I'm tall, and you know, I don't really attempt to play any of the winter sports outside of basketball. That's what I did when I was a younger fella. Hockey, I've gone skating. I enjoy it, certainly enjoy it. But I'm just very top-heavy, it seems. My center of gravity not in a great place. As Miller was trying to track that one down, but a good job of getting it out of the way by the goalie, number 32. There we go. We got a number finally. That's AJ Chiravelli, I believe, is the pronunciation there. I could be wrong. Again, don't have an opportunity to cover the Crushers too much in hockey. But I was thinking a moment ago, and I kind of stopped my thought there. I don't know enough about, you know, Johnstown and really getting into Central PA hockey, how that works. Is, you know, I'm thinking of some schools there, and just wondering, are there just not as many hockey programs there? You know, the Johnstown Chiefs were a fixture there for quite some time. And that one's sent over towards the Armstrong bench. Maybe an opportunity here. Here's Heilman. He's going to wait. Didn't want to have a offside called, so he kind of held up and just threw that one in. Good positioning really by McCort. Here's a nice outlet pass, maybe an opportunity now. Will move and poked away by Rulo. So really a good defensive first period, I think, for both teams. Armstrong just that one little gaff earlier. There's Heilman, a cross ice pass. Puts it on net, nothing doing. Nice stop again by Chiravelli. One minute remaining, first period of play. The Crushers with the only goal thus far. Hawks looking for the equalizer. Here's a Rulo move. The Reds, I am noticing, and I'm sure you folks out there are seeing this too, the Reds are looking very purpley and really popping. I'm going to make sure there's no filter on them. I saw it earlier, but I'm the jack of all trades, master of none right now. Calling it, running camera, trying to do scoreboard, look down at a roster. It's the old patting your head, rubbing your tummy. I'm bad at that, so you can imagine this not going much better. But nothing I can't handle, I think, maybe. So 40 seconds remain, first period. PIHL hockey here on High Top Sports Network on this Schaefer's Heating and Cooling game night. There's Kutch. A long pass there. Again, good defense. Knocked away by the Crushers. That was number 10, Mark Pasniak. Nice move there. No offside. Miller's going to try to send it on net. It's a broken stick. The defender got his stick on it, prevented it from getting much mustard on it. Trying to backhand there, but nothing doing, and that's how things will end. But a good defensive play that prevented Miller from putting too much on that. That's really been the kind of the big thing to jump out to me here through the first period, and that's the Crushers doing a really good job in the defensive end. Armstrong, certainly a potent offense, but the same could be said for the Crushers, who I mentioned. They have 3 of the top 6 scorers in 2A, so they've been able to put points up in bunches, but so far just 1 goal. So we will take one really short break here and then bring you back for second period action here from the Belmont Complex in West Katanning, Pennsylvania on this Schaefer's HVAC game night on High Top Sports Network.
Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. Joe Rhodes here from the Belmont Complex. Happy to bring you the action here on this 20th of November. Hard to believe. We are about to send 2025 on its way here in just over, 40-ish days, something like that. So hard to believe. I had this discussion with somebody recently. I said that as you get older, time seems to go faster, and that's not a fun proposition if you're already noticing it and you're in your 30s like I am, because that just means it's only going to go faster, and before you know it, the ride's over. So that's why you enjoy every day and be appreciative of all the good in your life, and watch sports like I do. Lots of it. And participate when you can. Certainly one of the best things that mankind's been able to come up with, sports. So the second period now underway, and it begins with a shot that was deflected up into the netting behind Eschbaugh. So face off now to his glove side, far circle there. Nice stop by Eschbaugh. Gets over, slides again. What a nice move by Eschbaugh. He had to react and then regather and slide over, and he does in enough time to prevent the second Crushers goal. Friend of High Top Sports Network, Gio Romeo down there. Should see if Gio wants to come up here and do a little commentary. For the folks out there would love to hear from Gio. Great former Riverhawks player, PIHL champion back in 2017. Talk about somebody who wasn't afraid to mix it up. This one's sent down towards Eschbaugh, but he quickly gets it out, and there's a nice long pass. He could have the assist if Rollo could make it go, but he doesn't. Great heads-up play there by Eschbaugh, keeping his eyes down ice and finding Rollo, the Jason variety. So the shot's 5-4 in favor of McCort here thus far. And it is getting progressively colder for me. I'm trying to figure out a way to be a snowbird. A little hard when you're not retired, though. That's kind of the point. Where there's a will, there's a way. I just haven't thought of it yet. Figure out how to call games remotely. and do it effectively. Nice stop there. A long shot by Klingensmith and gloved down by the Crushers. More specifically, AJ Chiravelli. Oh, it's Chiravelli or Chiravel. I'm going to go with Veli. Just makes more sense. A little bit of a knockdown there between the two face-off participants. And physical play following that up here. Another stick broken. I know I think the stick might be okay, but there momentarily it was Mark Pasniak who was playing without a stick. Still out there without a stick, just kind of skating around, using the feet. Maybe Mr. Pasniak is a soccer player, who knows? I'd like to know the splits here too, and this is probably something I could find out. Take a little bit of research, and I don't have the means to do so right now, being that I'm wearing several hats already, but I feel as though whenever I've been here, Armstrong has been really good when going to this left side. Now, granted, the last game, they put up 5 goals in the first period, 3 of which from the captain, Jake Graff, but I just feel like in its totality in all the games I've seen here so far this year, they've done a really good job when going from what is your and my right to left. It's like having the not having to go to the open end at I said Heinz Field. It'll always be Heinz Field, but officially known as Acrisure Stadium. Maybe there's something to going down this this direction to your left. The puck makes its way down there. Turnover there, shot in off the glove of Eschbaugh. Rocks looking to get on the board. Certainly their offensive prowess, this not like the Riverhawks we've seen, and I've certainly seen, as I believe the whistle will sound. This Graff can't avoid the offsides there. The captain, again, skating this year, and his ability to skate with the puck has just been phenomenal. If there was such a thing as breaking ankles in hockey, he'd be doing it. He certainly has been impressive here so far as Jake Graff, the captain, wearing that C for another season. Certainly well-deserved. So he gets the puck here, a little wrister and a reach for it, and snatches it and brings it in. Chiravelli, wearing number 32. 12:58 left here in the second period on this Schaefer's Heating and Cooling Hockey Night on High Top Sports Network. We're just a week away from basketball season starting. Hard to believe. They certainly bumped things up a little bit. You're seeing games starting in November. That was never a thing up until, I'm going to say, about 2 or 3 years ago. I personally don't like it. I remember when I played, really, I can't remember starting any time earlier than like December 10th. Miranda there with a nice little poke check from behind as he was came flying in. Stop any opportunity there for the, I almost said Marauders. That would be Bishop Guilfoyle, also from that same area as these Crushers. Guilfoyle, of course, purple and gold, not this crimson and gold you see. And that one is in. Nice shot Rory Verschier with the goal, and that's what I said earlier. You put the puck on net, good things will happen. There's a lot of traffic. Chiravelli couldn't kind of keep his eye on it. It sneaks below his pads, and again, said it early, if you put the puck on net, good things will happen, and you saw it right there as the Riverhawks break even. Score now 1-1 here with 12:06 remaining in period number 2. So, I'm not as dumb as I look. Certainly look dumb, not dumb. But the senior Rory Verschier able to put a good puck on net, got through all that traffic. Certainly, I think, blocked the view of Chiravelli in net, and still credit to Riverhawks senior there for using a strategy that's worked very well for this team so far this year. 1-1 your score after the Rory Verschier goal a moment ago. Get that score all updated for you as this one will be whistled dead. Second period. Score now 1-1. Puck in the corner. Armstrong able to poke that one away. Kutch now skating, tries to deke the defender. Stick gets on it, pokes it away. Here's Heilman now. Heilman, another one of those Riverhawks, high up in the points rankings for 2A. Thought I about lost my computer there. So Heilman, mentioned, want to give him a little shine. Don't get to mention his name enough, and certainly makes his presence felt here for these Riverhawks. There's an opportunity, a nice diving save there by Rollo to cause a little commotion, and stepping in front of it there was number 56 for the Riverhawks. That one deflected away this time by Anthony. I said number 56, that's Colin Kutch. Sent around, gathered in by the Crushers, but poked away by Kutch momentarily, and then Graf gets it, and it's just wristed long, and it'll be an icing call against the Riverhawks here. 10:23 left in period number 2. Thank you for spending your Thursday night here with myself, Joe Rhodes, on High Top Sports Network. As I mentioned, we're going to have basketball action kicking off a week from tomorrow. Hard to believe. As I mentioned, about 2 weeks earlier than I ever remember it starting that until a couple years ago. About 2 or 3, I want to say, that started seeing these games starting 2 weeks, excuse me, prior to when they normally would. And here's where it's a bad move. It looks like Kutch is able to poke it away. He's going to have an opportunity. This is Miller. Miller puts it, trying to go 5-hole, but the pads close quickly. Miller felt the pressure behind him, but a nice effort there by Jonas Miller. Good defense again by the Hawks. That was none other than Jake Graf doing it on the defensive end. Very Selke Award-like by Graf. Very Sidney Crosby-esque. Graf with the puck now. He's going to just flick it down to the other end for the icing call. Get a line change here. Clock stopping at 9:31 in the second period. Whew. It is chilly in here. But yeah, so hoops beginning next week. Hard to believe. We'll have the Armstrong tip-off tournament. You know, the likes of West Shamokin girls basketball program heading there. I believe the Burrell girls will be there as well. And then I'm trying to think who the other program, Armstrong, West Shamokin, Burrell. And the other one is eluding me at the moment. I'm sure I can come up with it here momentarily as Rulo tries to wrist that one towards the net, but a good defensive play there once again by the Crushers. I keep wanting to say Crusaders, because that's a common nickname, especially of the private school guild. Rory Fisher trying to run it back again, but that one gloved down by the netminder, AJ Chiravelli, also a senior. The Crushers have, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors. Small roster, though. But I guess when you look at their bench, it's not like it's that much smaller than Armstrong's, but a youngster running with the American flag. Boy, look at that guy. There he goes. Oh man, I would have. Oh man, running like the wind blows. A proud patriot, that fella. Maybe an opportunity here for the Crushers. There's going to be numbers 2-on-1 wrister. That one wide of Eschbaugh, his stick side. That one will hit the stick of Eschbaugh and go into the netting. Stop play here with 8:07 remaining. Face-off circle. It was Heilman for the Riverhawks, able to help win it. Rulo tries to poke it back, and this one's going to be just a bit out past the reach of Rulo. This the Jason variety, and the whistle sounds, and that'll be an icing call against the Hawks. The Beastie Boys playing over the speakers here now. Timeless are the boys that are beastie. One thing to note here, too, there's only been one power play, one penalty. That happening in the first period. It was killed off by the Crushers. Nothing since, and they kind of keeping with the theme that looks like the refs are going to really let this one kind of be physical. They're not going to stop play. They don't want a game that's going to come down to which team's able to get on the man advantage more frequently and take advantage of it. Instead, it's going to be a battle of attrition here a little bit, maybe. Nice save there by Eschbaugh. This one over the head of the retreating Crusher player. He's going to skate around that. Number 10, Mark Pasniak, still with the puck. One arm's the defender away, but that defender able to get to his feet, and that was Heilman who got that puck there a moment ago. Long shot. That one bouncing a little bit towards the net, but as he's done all night, AJ Chiravelli. AJ Chiravelli. Sure. I'm going to take it. It's C-H-I-A-R-A-V-A, not A's, L-L-E. I'm going to say Chiravelli. Face off in the near circle. Graf winning it for the Hawks. He puts a stick on it, as we've seen the Penguins do. It's been their identity. Just put pucks on net. Let the sticks that are waiting do the rest of the work. There's a chance maybe for the Hawks here with 7 minutes exactly remaining in the second period. Here in this PIHL Class 2A matchup. Number 2 and number 3 in the standings. Armstrong tied for third, as I mentioned in the pregame, with Hempfield. They both have 17 points. 2 points ahead are these Crushers with 19, but they have a game in hand over the Riverhawks. They've played 9, but the Hawks just 8 so far. Nice opportunity there by Graf. Just tried sneaking it in by the skate of the goalie, but couldn't get it to go. Here's Eschbaugh, able to stop it, bring it in. Nothing doing. 6:18 left in quarter number 2 here from the Belmont complex. Saw Gary Montabell down there. Is the Crushers chanting that? Setting on net. Nice job there by Eschbaugh. It does go off his pads and over kind of his shoulder, but he did steer it away enough, but dangerous play. The whistle will sound. House of Pain, jump around. So the action will head down to the other end. Not quite sure. I didn't see what stopped play there. Ooh, cold. I'm getting very cold. Luckily, we are breezing right along here. Action in the PIHL here tonight. As I mentioned, we're nearing that midway point. I want to say it was 12 games, including the night that I counted, that remained for the Crushers. I mean, Armstrong would have one more, if my math is correct. Can't guarantee that either. My math is shoddy at best. I'm a words guy, not a numbers fella. There's Mark Lasniak again. Or Pasniak, excuse me. Don't know where the L came from. Oops. 5:22 left in the second period. We're all tied up here, one apiece. As Rulo sends that one right at the chest plate of the goalie. Riverhawks momentarily with the rebound. That was Josh Rulo following up his brother's shot. Dumped in here now by Crushers. Bundy, he's trying to get it past the defender, just unable to do so. Defense has been stout here tonight for these Crushers. The bouncing puck caroms in towards Eschbaugh, who gloves it easily with 4:42 left in the second period of this Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning game night on High Top Sports Network. I mentioned that I don't got to tell you this, it's pretty evident when you step outside. It's getting cold fast, and make sure that you have your whatever your heating system is, have it maintenance and ready to go for the winter. Don't want to find yourself out in the cold. Here's an opportunity maybe for the Hawks. Miranda with it. He's going to put it on net and gloved easily. Coming along with him there was Jonah Miller. So face off now on this near side circle in the Armstrong offensive zone. Face off won by the Crushers. Send around the boards. 4:11 left. Riverhawks, the last team to score here in this contest. It was a 1-0 affair after one, and now 1-1. See if that will hold, or if either team can muster up some magic here over these final few seconds of the second period. And then one of my favorite times of the week will happen and take place. That, of course, the Zamboni will come out here in 4 minutes. Sure do love the Zamboni. A turnover there, a bad turnover. Eschball able to get a glove on it, though. Well done there by the Armstrong goaltender, and that one will be knocked out of play. So give credit to Eschball. He's been outstanding in net. He's had to make 12 stops, I believe. 12-6 now in favor of Armstrong in shots. It's hard to believe they've now doubled up the Crushers. Pushing and shoving there, and Bundy come away with it. There's another bad turnover by the Hawks. Milligan able to kind of scoot in there, put a stick down, and flick it away. A big check there for the Hawks. And Bauer laying the boom there 2 times in the same player in just moments apart. Another big hit. The Riverhawks will draw a penalty, though, I do believe. Maybe not. Nope, they're just chirping. So a injured player down for the Crushers, and I'm going to take this opportunity to thank tonight's official broadcast partner and scoreboard sponsor, Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning.
Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973. Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973.
And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. They're getting off the ice with the help of his teammates. It's number 15 for McCort. That's Nico White, the junior forward. Really looking very hard for him to put a lot of pressure on that. I think it's his left leg. Hope everything with Nico there is okay. He's going to get checked on here in the meantime. So the Riverhawks looking to win this very possibly momentum-changing game. That one's in front, knocked away. Good job there by Eschball. 2:45 left in the second period of play here from the Belmont Complex. All square at 1 apiece. Another opportunity skating through the Armstrong defense there and then putting a wrister just wide of the net was number 22, Zakar Brendan, the league leader in 2A with in the goals category. Mentioned it earlier. He's been lighting it up. The young man wearing number 22 has 25 goals. The next closest is, I'm sorry, that's points. He has 25 points. No one with more than 17 after him. Right there in third place with 4 is Riverhawks' Jake Graff. One thing about Armstrong is seems like they're getting a lot of equal distribution up and down the lineup in terms of scoring outside of Graff. I think the next player on the list isn't until you get clear down to Jason Rulo, who's got 10 points. Graff battling for it, able to sneak out of that little scrum there. We're certainly undersized. Big boy there for the hockey team. .121 left in the second period here between the Riverhawks and the Crushers of Bishop McCort, home of the one and only Jack Ham. To bring the story full circle, there's a chance in front. The Riverhawks all knocked away. There's a push in the back, nothing called. And again, the refs are letting this game take on this physical identity. No infractions, it seems, unless it's pretty serious, at least in the eyes of the ref. Oh, nice move in there. Puck still loose, coming out of it somehow were the Riverhawks, and there it was again. Zakar Brendan. And things getting chippier by the moment, it seems. Armstrong, after that nice display, impressive display by Zakir Brendan. Riverhawks with a chance there. A little wrister just poked away ever so slightly. So Graff, they're having a word with the referee, captain, of course. So probably having him just kind of be the, have him relay the message on to the rest of players in the white tops and orange bottoms. 1-1 your score. That one knocked around. See who can chase this one down. It's going to be McCort. Miller trying to bring it around. He does. He's behind the net. He's going to stop in his tracks, try to center it. Poked away. .11 seconds remaining. Riverhawks looking just to probably just cover this up, and you know there's certainly some extracurriculars going on, and that's got to be a penalty. It's going to go against the captain, I believe, or it's going to be offsetting. Not sure. See what the referee says here, but that will be maybe just telling these guys to play nice. So that will, well, the clock is at 0, but the team's still out there. And they will now head to the locker room. So I'm going to take a quick little breather here, give the old vocal cords a rest, then we'll go over some things from that first 2 periods of play here for the Belmont complex between the Bishop McCort Crushers and the Armstrong Riverhawks, 2 teams on the higher end in terms of the standings. For Class 2A, a win would go a long way for either team here tonight. So it should be a very good third period, considering you are all tied up at one apiece. Both teams' prolific offenses being limited. But still a lot of hockey left here from West Kittanning, Pennsylvania. So stay tuned for that. I will leave you guys with the Boney. And welcome back to High Top Sports Network. My name is Joe Rhodes here. The John F. Graff Insurance Agency Intermission Report brought to you by the one and only John F. Graff Insurance Agency in downtown, or as you might call it, downtown, Katanning. The Zamboni doing a wonderful job. This gentleman who always is driving it. I still haven't found out whether or not that's something that requires a license. I would think it does. Obviously, I know like kind of driver's license that kind of goes without saying, but maybe you don't actually. I don't know. But I know there's a forklift. You got to get a forklift license and certification. So something tells me a Zamboni in all its majesty would require even more. So, but we're going to take a quick break once again here. Stay tuned. We'll have more action for you here. As I mentioned as well, we're going to be releasing our basketball bracket here, or basketball schedule, I guess. We're not already in the playoff season quite yet. Kind of getting ahead of myself there, but we're going to have something like 88 games in 70 days, so a lot of hoops. If you're a hoops fan, we will have that for you starting this coming Friday, not tomorrow, but of course, but the following Friday, and pretty much every night thereafter. So make sure you follow us on the High Top Sports Network on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube to stay up to date on all of our games and all the happenings in the high school sports world. It's us here at High Top Sports Network. So I'm going to take that quick break, as I mentioned, and then get ready for third period action between the Armstrong Riverhawks and the Bishop McCort Crushers here in this PIHL 2A matchup on High Top Sports.
Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball.
Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973.
Give these guys a hauler, these young Patriots here. Both teams come back out on the ice. So just to give you an update on the shooting shots rather for both teams. Armstrong still back in front here with 12. And hard to believe this, but the Crushers with just 9. Again, 3 of the top 6 scorers in all of 2A reside in on this Bishop McCort roster. But the Armstrong defense doing a good job here tonight. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here with the coloration. But I'm going to try to fix that here real quickly, so just hang tight. Screen might go away, but that's just short term, so stay tuned. Want to make sure the looks as good as it can here for the last period here from the Belmont Complex on High Top Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Tonight's presentation of PIHL hockey on High Top Sports Network is presented by Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning. Don't be left out in the cold this fall and winter. Prepare your home's heating system for the chilly days ahead. Schaefer's HVAC maintenance plan will ensure your family stays warm, but more importantly, safe in the months ahead. Schaefer's Heating and Air Conditioning, since 1973.
Alrighty, well, not going to probably have enough time here as both teams head back out on the ice. Armstrong will be shooting on the end it started on, and vice versa for the McCort Crushers. Fresh ice now for both squads. The two teams that certainly have very strong offenses. We'll see how that aids them here in this third period. A little bit of an extra break as well. Riverhawks win the faceoff. Kutch with it. I believe he started the game with the puck too, so kind of ironic. Riverhawks, though, they're probably going to hope. And there, down goes Frazier. Graff slaps that one. Or, excuse me, wrists it hard. Had an opportunity once that defender just kind of fell. But some speed on the other side, too. Able to keep up with Graff, and he thought best to just kind of fire that one instead of try to head it any further. So the Hawks with a relatively good look there, good opportunity to start the third period. will be gathered in by the aforementioned coach. So icing will be the reason for the whistle there. Just 59 seconds into this third period. Little John plays. What happened to Lil John? One of the greatest of all time at saying what and okay. I can't say much. Lil John was at the height of his powers when I was in high school. That's an interesting call, but Heilman almost knew it, and he will have to go take a seat. Evan Heilman, the junior. Also say thanks to the John F. Graff Insurance Agency, tonight's intermission sponsor. So now the Riverhawks down a man. This is the first penalty that the Riverhawks have committed. Skating in there, that one too high. Man, an opportunity there as the Riverhawks player, here's Graff skating in so quick. And he's brought down. And the Riverhawks fans not pleased with that. And a goal for McCort. They are able to convert. A nice pass and wasting no time on the shot. Was number 22 for the Crushers. That was, of course, who else? Zakar Brendan, the leading scorer in all of 2A. He has 25 points coming into tonight. 17 goals. Let's make it 18. And a important 1-goal lead now. Goals have been at a minimum. So see if the Riverhawks can answer. They've only been able to muster one as Bundy tries to get a stick on it. That one bouncing around back behind the net. This one sent back. Armstrong trying to keep it in the zone. They do. Kutch with it. Skating backwards though, trying to bounce it off the boards. He will. Gets to Heilman. Heilman going to try to put the puck on net, but knocked down. And that's the thing that McCourt's done a really good job of. They're shutting down all these lanes that the Riverhawks normally would just be, kind of looping these pucks through to give themselves an opportunity at the goal. You got to keep in mind, too, the Riverhawks' only goal was that long kind of rolling puck by Rory Fashear early in this contest, beginning of the second period, I do believe. Maybe an opportunity here. Here's Graff going under the defender, trying to center it. No one home, though. Man, is he fast. This is Jake Graff. He's catching back up now. He's just motoring right now. Jake Graff doing it at both ends. Just impressive effort. Somewhere Sidney Crosby smiling. Crosby, one of those all-time great offensive players that certainly still plays defense. You saw Jake Graff just busting it at both ends there. And whistle will put the face-off down at this end in the offensive zone of the Crushers, who now lead 2-1 after that power play goal. Armstrong had done a good job all night of avoiding penalties, but only could do it for so long. Here's Rouleau. Maybe had a chance there, but instead he holds on to it too long. And there's a penalty, and now the Riverhawks will have their second chance of the night with the man advantage with 13:43 left. Penalties now 2-1. They were even there a moment ago, and Crushers did kill off their penalty, and they hope they can do it again The only penalty that the Riverhawks surrendered yielded the second goal there just a moment ago. So a big moment in this game as Jason Rullo and Jake Graff have a word there, see what their plan is here. Man advantage. Puck goes to the Crushers, who now will try to ice the puck. It glances off the loose puck, and oh man, near disaster there by for the Riverhawks. Eschball almost let that one sit out in front, and as the McCort skater was converging, he was able to cover it up quickly and force the face-off now to his left, but disaster averted. Graff now will take the face-off for the Riverhawks. Isaiah Lieb, number 17, it was on the opposite side of that face-off. This one zipped down. This one just kind of knocked down by Eschball. Graff there to retrieve it. 30 seconds into this power play already. Not much happening so far for the Riverhawks. A nice little pass there. Dump Miller with a wrister. That had some velo on it, but right in the chest of the awaiting goaltender, AJ Charavelli. .13:02 left, 1:19 left on the penalty. McCort already killed one off. Armstrong, not so much, and that's been the difference here so far. They committed their first penalty of the game here in this third period, and the Crushers took advantage as they send this one down towards Eschball on the other end of the ice, and that's been the difference. Excellent defense here. I don't want to say that the Armstrong goal was fluky. It was a heads-up play there by Rory Forshear, but you know, can't count on those you know, too often where you get just a perfect kind of screen on that goalie. I'm assuming that's kind of what happened. It looked like that was kind of the angle that Forshear had, but just we had some players between he and Charavelli, but here's a wrister. Charavelli, speaking of, able to glove that one easily. He's been impressive as that young man, as he gives a little shove to Armstrong skater, number 87. Aiden Miranda, the senior. So just 16 seconds away from killing a second penalty are these Bishop McCort Crushers. So Armstrong, a couple missed opportunities. Nice little attempt to throw that inside, but the traffic in the way. And you got to give credit to the Crushers. They have done an excellent job of clogging all those lanes that the Riverhawks have done a great job of here in this season, but certainly in the last few games of taking advantage of. And Crushers, sound team. It's easy to see why they are atop one of the four teams atop the 2A standings, along with the Riverhawks, Hempfield, and Penn Trafford. Penn Trafford, the class right now, just one loss on the ledger. Here's Rullo with it, trying to get that pass down to the awaiting player, Hudson Bundy, but nothing doing. This one off Rullo's stick, bouncing down towards the McCort net, but again, McCort, give them credit. They are doing an excellent job of clogging lanes, and they skate well. They keep their assignments, and it's been a good recipe so far. That one, nice shot by Klingensmith, just a bit high. We'll go the whole way back to the Riverhawks lone goal scorer, Rory Fisher. He pokes that one away, gets it back, and now dumps it over to Miranda. Miranda cross ice pass now. Miller to the middle. That one goes off Graff's feet, and I don't see Jake Graff do that too often. Just over 10 minutes to play, 10:09 to be exact. Armstrong trailing by 1. The difference, that power play goal at the beginning of this period. And another great job of getting in the lane. It might give an opportunity to the Crushers, but no, the defense of Klingensmith there, fierce, able to knock him and dislodge the puck. There's no one home there as the Riverhawks look to send that one over towards their own bench, and a quick shot wide by the Crushers. Rollo, nice little spinorama there, gets it to the middle, but as I've said here all night, these Crushers are always in the right place at the right time and in those lanes that the Riverhawks have loved to take advantage of here. Heilman almost lost his feet there, but he does get it out to Rollo. Rollo now skates in on the left side, looking for someone in the middle. Doesn't find his intended target, but let's see, do we have a penalty here? Or is it just a stoppage? I think they're just going to stop play because Rollo was knocked down in front of the net. So we have a face-off here right past the blue line. 9:07 left. Do the Riverhawks have any magic up their sleeve? Kutch with it. Kutch is going to try to skate in left, throw it in, but no one home. And that's been a kind of a common occurrence here tonight too, as Heilman collides. He thought he'd be able to steal that one away and maybe have an opportunity, but as I was just about to say, these Crushers, they're just clogging lanes, and they're quick to get back on defense. They're not, they don't lack in size, that's for sure. I can kind of said that earlier on in this contest, but they're just a well coached and strong skating team as well. As Kutch has it, he's going to try to send something in. This one loose. A shot by Miller, almost in off the post. I don't know if it hit it or not. It kind of just fluttered there next to the goalie for a moment, and then now sent down the other direction. Boy, oh boy. Those opportunities have been few and far between for the Riverhawks, and when they've gotten them, they just could not capitalize. You also got to give credit to the young man in net for McCort. He's been outstanding tonight. It's AJ Charavelli. No look, kind of dump inside by Graff, but well defended again by McCort. There's Milligan. Milligan's going to try to send it on net, and that's not a bad idea. As we said, like if you're able to put up that little bit of a blockade that stops the or prevents the clear path being seen by the netminder. Saw it work once in this game. Got to come up with a goal now. 7:44 left, down by 1. Again, this is it's not do or die. It's November hockey, but as I said in the beginning of this game, I think it could go a long way in terms of just a confidence booster in some of these other big games down the stretch, and just a good measuring stick game, I think, for both teams as well. And obviously, I think be an added bonus for McCort if they're able to do it on the road here. That one loose in front, nothing doing. Good defense by the Hawks. Here's Miller. Miller skating in, poked away. Miller showed off his skating ability here a couple times tonight. Let's talk about Jake Graff and how excellent he is and how just blazing fast he is. but Miller has been a bolt of lightning here tonight for the Riverhawks. Number 20, senior Jonas Miller. So that first line will take a seat. Now you got the Heilman line with Klingensmith out there with him, Rory Fashier, Rulo. It's an interesting move that you have both Rulos on the same line. I'd love to talk to Eddie Jeremy about that and what kind of goes into that thought process. Is it just because they both know each other so dang well that you don't break them up? Is it just kind of how it falls in terms of just the talent, and you want those two just end up on that same line as Heilman and took a little bit of a high stick there. But interesting that you have both Rulos on the ice at the same time pretty much throughout the entirety of the game. Is a little pass from Rulo to Rulo, but knocked away, and kind of a prevent defense in a way, it seems like, that the Crushers are playing here now. Not letting anything get behind them. That one zips past the gold wide to the front side of it, and back to retrieve it was number 27. That one nearly stolen away. It got under the stick of Heilman. If he was able to gather that in, he would have had a clear lane to the goal, but just couldn't bring it in. It's going to be hard to pick our 3 stars of the night here, because you have a power play goal, sort of a really tough goal to let up if you're probably not happy about it. It's Rulo, that one just missing. But as I was going to say, he's just faced 16 shots. Chiravelli has been awesome. Here's Kutch. He skates in, decides to kind of pull it out. Cross ice pass. He somehow gets it back. He's going to put this one on net. He scores! The equalizer with 5:29 left. Just a wicked wrister there by the Armstrong. The Armstrong senior Colin Kutch, and it's a new match now as we're all square 2-2. Kutch, got lucky there. He got the puck back. He kind of circled back out to start that possession. I thought that he should have just kind of kept it going as the young Patriots make their way down the side of the rink here, but I kind of didn't necessarily know why he decided to pull that out. Of course, he's much smarter than I am, and when it comes to hockey, that's for certain. And kind of was in the right place, right time, got the puck back, and then put that nice wrister right over the glove, I want to say. I think it was over the glove, not under. It's definitely glove side on Chiravelli. And another player just kind of randomly going down. That was Bauer this time. Interesting. We've seen that a couple times for both teams. There's an opportunity maybe as Graff almost. And then all of a sudden it seems like the Riverhawks are getting more chances, and there's Rory Fashier trying to recapture magic in a bottle there. Similar place as he was on the other end that gave Armstrong their first goal. And Colin Kutch, the other goal just a moment ago. Now we have 4:47 left. Boy, oh boy, the flair for the dramatic here. Oh, I apologize. It was still just 1-1 on the scoreboard. Now it's 2-2. We got it right. Here's a shot, stopped, brought in, and laying down on it. The young goaltender for the Riverhawks. We've been talking a lot about what Charavelli's done at the other end. Let's not forget what Colt Eschball has done. Just 2 goals. And, it says there's only been 12 shots. I feel like Eschball has been tested much more than that. Here's a wrister trying to skirt that one past a couple players. Unsuccessful as number 10. Ooh. Yeah, that could have gotten knocked down by Rullo. Here's a poke. Rullo's going to go between the legs pass to Heilman. It just weren't able to connect. That was a heady play, but couldn't get it to go. Here's an opportunity now, stolen away by the Riverhawks. Now their defense is kind of stealing the show. Here's Rullo across the blue line. He's going to put a wrister on it. That one glances off the pad and will be covered up. With 3:55 left, we might be heading for bonus hockey here on the Belmont complex. Here on High Top Sports Network on this Schaefer's Heating and Cooling Hockey Night. 20th of November, 2025. There's a chance now for the Hawks. Another nice wrister from range by Rando, but gloved down, and we'll do her all over again from that same side and that same circle. It'll be Graf for the Hawks. It'll be Lieb, the sophomore for the team in crimson. A collision there. Sending on net. Oh, that one deflected well. And this looks a little bit more like the Riverhawks that we've seen over the last few games, getting in front and kind of spreading things out a little bit. I didn't really notice that until now, but just sort of the placement. The Riverhawks just seem to be kind of getting to different parts of the ice, and it's kind of freeing up some areas in the middle that traditionally they were able to do and get goals as a result of. That is it right there! Case and point. Rullo with the go-ahead goal. 2 goals coming here in the last minute and a half. And the Riverhawks now are in front 3-2. A pretty wrister from Jason Rullo. And, you know, I was saying a moment ago that you always have those Rullos out there together. Josh was not out there. It was just Jason. And able to get that go-ahead goal. Man, oh, man, things were looking kind of bleak for the Riverhawks there. Down 2-1. Their only goal was that kind of shot that came off of the stick of Rory Fashear in the early part of the second period, and kind of were lucky that the goalie got shielded. And now they are in front with 3 minutes left. That's just a total turn of fortune here in the Riverhawks. Just a never quit attitude, and that just really, that's a credit to Eddie Jeremy, really. You can keep your guys up like that, and really just the positives. And then, trust me, Riverhawks have been playing a strong game tonight, but man, oh man, it just seemed like the offensive end of things were just not their night. But again, that's a credit to Eddie Jeremy and how he's teaching these guys, and how they're handling adversity as a result. Now just 2:16 left, and Armstrong leading 3-2, 2 goals in no more than 90 seconds, I want to say. You had Colin Kutch and then Jason Rullo. Anxious moments now for this McCort team that, boy, 4 minutes ago it looked like they were cruising to a win, and a big road win at that against the team that you're neck and neck with in the standings. But the Riverhawks showing just incredible fight. And maybe a chance now for Graf. He's going to put a slap shot in on net, but it's deflected and will go up into the netting. Stop play with 1:22 left and a face-off down in the Armstrong offensive zone. And impressively enough, too, that Armstrong made this comeback, and none of these goals have come off the stick of Jake Graf. As I think a timeout will be taken here by the McCort side. You know, and I was crediting Eddie Jeremy there a moment ago, because I'm sure a lot of what the that fight and that never putting your head down kind of mentality, it starts from the top. It has to, I think, in all sports. But this McCort team certainly well coached themselves. And, timeouts in hockey, they're interesting because I think that they're so few and far between. Just kind of like a little X factor. We always talk about it in volleyball. They'll say coach's timeout whenever the coach will call a timeout to try to stop a run. It's how much can these coaches utilize this time and get a message across and a strategy and how they want to utilize these last minute and 22 seconds. So I guess my point there is that two very good coaches here tonight, two very good coaching staffs. But Armstrong right now staring down what is an impressive comeback win if they can get through the next 82 seconds. Such a big momentum swinging goal by Colin Kutch. And skating well tonight too, and certainly somebody in the running all night for one of the 3 stars, but the Riverhawks can come away with a victory here. We all but cemented his place there. Heilman just kind of covering up the puck, and the fans loving it. The student section loving it. That just killed a good 15 seconds. Now the Crushers there. Again, the script has been flipped. That's a very similar looking shot attempt that we just saw off the skate of the stick of the Crushers player, and a penalty will be called with 33 seconds left. And there's that superior talent in the PIHL, excuse me, number 22. Again, Sakar Brendan, I hope I'm saying that right. He's a senior. His stats and numbers speak for themselves. Leading all players in 2A with 25 points coming into tonight. I believe he had a goal earlier too, so he's adding to that total. Don't know if he had any assists. But impressively, the only person so far in double-digit goals, there's a couple guys with 8. There are a couple guys with 9. That young man wearing number 22, he has, I believe, 18 now. Not sure what happened. Now I'm confused. So the Riverhawks, and there's quite a fiery discussion there between the player on the McCort side of things, number 22. He and Graf Classy, and going up and shaking his hand. And Rulo coming in there because he didn't like how his captain was being talked to, but they do exchange pleasantries there. Graf Classack going up to Stud on the other side, and really gripping up Graf a little bit there. This has been an interesting conclusion to this game. I don't have a schedule in front of me, but I really hope these two teams play again in the regular season. And if they don't, man, I just have a weird feeling that they're going to somehow find each other in the playoffs. Because this has been an interesting way for this one to end. I'm not sure even what happened. 31 seconds left on the clock. They just let it run out, or they just we're talking here, and I'm looking kind of around, and all of a sudden, guys are flying in and meeting their goalie to congratulate him on the win. But some unhappy guys in the heading to the visitors' locker room right now. A lot of discussions with fellow players on the other side. You saw Brendan kind of talking to Jake Graff there for quite some time, and there's a fiery exchange between Brendan and maybe Lieb and the one referee. But that was an interesting way for this one to end. With 4 or 5 minutes left in this game, I did not see that as the outcome. I thought Armstrong would be lucky to maybe get the equalizer and send this one into extra time. I did not think that with 5 minutes left that they would manage to not just get that equalizer but get the go-ahead goal, and do so by just completely uprooting what the Crushers had been doing so well all night defensively against them. The lanes were clogged. All of a sudden, the Riverhawks were skating with some passion, some fire, some fight, and spreading out the defense a little bit and creating and opening some lanes and just really out hustling a very disciplined and well coached and a team that had been playing at just a really perfect game in a lot of ways up to that point. And that really just says a lot about these Riverhawks. And it's exactly what I said, and I really still stand by that, what I said earlier, that a win like this could go a long way in terms of just your confidence and kind of being able to size yourself up against a truly quality opponent in your classification. So, wow, that was a interesting way for things to end. I'd love to know why the last 30 seconds ticked off. That I can't tell you. That's above my pay grade and my expertise. But the Riverhawks come away victorious by a score of 3-2. Our 3 stars tonight are going to be I think it's fair to give them to the 3 guys that scored our goals, or scored the Riverhawks goals. Rory Shear is going to be our 3rd star. Obviously, the second goal, huge, by Colin Kutch. He's our 2nd star. And the guy that scored the game winner, that, of course, Jason Rulo, your number 1 star here tonight. Certainly, Eschball, he's going to get a special award, and that's just the resiliency award here tonight. He was outstanding, too. Just allowing just 2 goals. You know, the scoreboard's reading 12 shots to 20, 12 for the Crushers, 20 for the Riverhawks. That's so hard to believe that they only allowed 12 shots, because it felt like Eschball and he was certainly being pelted with shots, and it seemed like opportunities were had there, but saying 12, and I got to take these very intelligent hockey people here at the Belmont for their word. So, yeah, I'm almost speechless. That was an interesting way for this one to end, and the Riverhawks, I think, got a big win tonight that I think could prove really helpful as this season goes on, and they make a push for their first Penguins Cup since 2017. So that will wrap it up here from the Belmont Complex. Thank you so much to our 2 sponsors here tonight, our official broadcast partner, our scoreboard sponsor, our main sponsor tonight, Schaefer's Heating and Cooling. Make sure you check them out. The number right there on top of your screen. Have it handy, because it's winter and you cannot go without heat here in Western Pennsylvania this time of year. So make sure you have the fine folks at Schaefer's HVAC in mind for your next heating or cooling job. And also, to the John F. Graff Insurance Agency. They got a little bit of an extra shine tonight because I was in not a smart guy, and I left the audio off for the 3rd period of the last game. So I was just talking to myself the entire time. Promise I don't do that much. But anyways, thank you to those sponsors. Really, thank you to these 2 teams that put on just an excellent match here tonight. It was all that I kind of thought it would be, and then some. So certainly great job by both coaching staffs too. Well-coached efforts here tonight, and fun to watch. But lastly, thank you guys. Appreciate you so much for tuning in as you always do. It's really a joy to be able to spend my evenings and a lot of hours of my existence sharing my love of sports with you guys. So thank you for tuning in as you do and making it fun. It'd be a little weird if I did what I did the other night and just talk to myself all the time, but that's not what we do here at High Top. We want to make sure we bring you the best action we can wherever you may be, near or far. So thank you for all you guys do. We'll wrap it up here from the Belmont Complex. Your final score, Armstrong 3, Bishop McCort 2 in this PIHL Class 2A clash at the West Katanning, Pennsylvania. We head down the second half of the season here shortly. And the PIHL season breezing right along. So, and thank you to you guys for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors. You guys have a great rest of your week, and may no train pass you by. We'll see you.